Hey, it's Asia Lachelle here. Welcome back to my channel. I help people launch and grow and establish their boutiques. And today I want to talk to you guys about the 5 myths that are stopping you from launching your boutique. There's so many of them out there, but these are the top 5 that I get the most often, and people ask me questions and like, don't I have to have this, or don't I need to do that before I can get started? So I wanted to dispel these myths so you can get started in your business. So let's go ahead and get cracking. So one, you need to have expensive photo shoots in order for you to get started. That's not the case. A lot of times what people see, they see their favorite boutique having these wonderful photo shoots and these high-end photos, and they feel like they need to do the same. And you really don't need to do that. So number one, if you are purchasing from wholesale vendors that are here in the US, meaning the ones that are in LA, you go through the vendor malls or something like that, those photos are okay to use because those photos are pictures that the actual manufacturers or wholesalers took the time, they did a photo shoot, they took pictures of the products, and they are okay with using those products to advertise. However, if you are someone who purchased your products, unfortunately, from like these Chinese sites like Lovely Wholesale, DHgate, AliExpress, Romwe, Trendsgal, Wholesale 7net, China brands, if you're purchasing from those Chinese brands, do not use the stock photos. And here's the reason why. They straight up steal. The products that you see on their website, the photos that you see on their website are 9 times out of 10 stolen from a boutique, an established business. And one of the boutiques they steal from the most is Posh by V. So that's the reason why I would not suggest using the stock photos that are provided to you from the Chinese vendors, because 9 times out of 10, the product photos that you're seeing are not their actual pictures. And a lot of times you can tell that because they don't show the face of the person. The pictures look grainy. They don't have multiple angles or shots of the product and things of that nature because they're stolen pictures. And if you see a picture with somebody's head cut off, a lot of times that's because that's not their picture. Okay, so you want to stay away from that if you're purchasing from Chinese vendors to get your product. Hopefully you don't, and you are purchasing from the US based vendors, but if you do, I would not use their pictures, and definitely do your own photo shoots. Now, again, if you're purchasing from the US based vendors, you can use their photos and eventually upgrade yourself to do your own photo shoots. But let's talk about what you can do like right now, girl, to actually do your own photo shoots for the low low. So one, I would suggest that you invest in a handy dandy ring light. Ring lights are absolutely amazing. I would get at least an 18-inch ring light. Okay, this particular ring light on Amazon is only $61. Okay, it comes with a carrying case. It comes with a phone holder, so you can mount your cell phone to this ring light. It's adjustable. You see, it's adjustable in height. You can do photo shoots, and if you can see here on this picture, it's showing that you can attach your cell phone. Okay, you can attach your cell phone. So if you have a good iPhone, you have a high quality like a Samsung Galaxy or something like that that has a good camera to it, you can totally do a photo shoot with just your phone. If you do not have an iPhone or a high quality camera, borrow somebody's phone and use it. Okay, like pay them $20 to use their stuff. Okay, so yeah, so go ahead and invest in yourself a ring light. Next, what I would say to invest in is a photo backdrop stand. So basically, this particular stand is $40. It adjusts up to 8.5 feet tall, as far out as 10 feet wide. Most of the time, you're only going to need a 5x7 space, but just know that you can have more space with this particular backdrop. It's important to get a backdrop holder or whatever. Okay, so next, you need an actual backdrop itself. So this particular backdrop is only $15.60. It has a nice clean backdrop. It's like a white brick wall with like wood floors. That looks nice. There's another one here. We go back. This particular backdrop, a lot of boutiques I see use this, and it looks very, very clean. You guys probably think they're on set, right? And they're in some like high-end house that has all of these moldings and panels and stuff with marble floors. But girl, it's just a good old backdrop. And I would go ahead and start with the smallest one, which is 5 by 7, meaning it's 5 feet wide by 7 feet tall. Most of us are not over 7 feet. Most of us are like 6 feet or less. So as long as you can fit under that 7 foot drop and you don't need 5 feet of width, you can take you a nice cute picture in front of the backdrop and have it look like you are on this amazingly beautiful set or inside of this mansion or high-end home, and it's just a backdrop. Okay, but pointer, please make sure that you iron your backdrop so you don't have wrinkles in them, because I've seen some photo shoots like that and that looks janky. But anyway, next. So the next thing you're going to need is one of these devices. This device basically connects to your phone via your Bluetooth and allows you to take pictures by clicking that button hands-free. So you don't actually have to touch your phone. Nobody has to touch your phone. You can hold this little device in your hand, tuck it in your palm, and literally be clicking pictures of yourself in your products, and nobody would even know that you were the one that took your own pictures. Okay, so you can take your own photos. It's all good. I use this myself for recording my YouTube videos, my Instagram stuff, and when I'm doing my promotional videos and stuff like that for my websites, I use this little device so I can be hands-free and I don't have to fiddle around with the camera. So invest in this. It's only $8.49. So all in all, if you count up the total for all of these products, it's less than $150 to invest in your business to set up your own photo shoots. Now, if you really want to start on a shoestring budget, simply get your ring light and this device. In this device here. So you pay the $61 for the ring light, pay for this device, so you spending under $70, and you can find, if you have a nice clean wall in your room or something like that, or somewhere in your house, or if there's a background outside that you like somewhere, you can take your ring light, attach it, and then take photos of yourself there. So you can start off with just taking pictures in front of a wall. You can totally do that too. So however you want to do your setup, but you can totally do this and it's fine. The other thing is, let me see, marble floor backdrop. Let me see if I can find these little boards. This board here. So these are good for food and like product photography. So let's say you're somebody who, let's say you just sell shoes, right? You can get a board like this and put it up against a wall, and like you can take your pictures of your shoes and or whatever you have on something like this. So it's like a little marble board or something like that. So you can buy those boards or whatnot. And as you can see, I'm showing you other backdrops and stuff like that are available. So whatever your aesthetic is, whatever you're going for, like you can totally find a backdrop that's going to work. Even for those of you who are starting like eyelash companies or hair companies, I know a lot of hair companies use pink as their backdrop. Look, that pink backdrop is only $10.98. You can do a photo shoot for hair and all that kind of stuff in front of these backdrops. So whatever your aesthetic is, whatever you're trying to do, if you're trying to look like you're in freaking Versailles, like on this one, you can do this and have a palace backdrop. Whatever you want to do, whatever your aesthetic is for your business, if you want to do something nice and soft and pink, whatever your vibe is for your company, you can literally find a backdrop that fits that aesthetic, and you can take your pictures in front of that backdrop. Okay, so that is the photo shoots, and just knowing, girl, you do not have to spend a whole bunch of money on photo shoots, and you can totally do it yourself. Okay, you can DIY it. Okay, so next. So a lot of people think you need to pay for your trademark before you get started. Here's the thing about a trademark. First of all, trademarks are expensive and trademarks take a long time. You don't apply for a trademark and you get your trademark approved in like 2 weeks. That's not how it works. I know people who have applied for trademarks and it's taken them 2 years to finally get their trademark approved. Okay? So getting things trademarked, that's a lengthy process. And who the heck is going to sit around and wait for that entire process to get something trademarked? And you don't even know if you're going to make any money yet, but you're investing all of this money into a trademark. So I would not suggest that you do that. But what I would suggest that you do is that you go to the USPTO.gov, which is the United States Patent and Trademark Office online. You're going to go to this website, you're going to hover over trademarks, and you're going to click on searching trademarks, okay? Then you're going to click on search our database. Now you have multiple different searches, but the easiest search is the basic word mark search, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to type in the business name. So let's say I wanted my business name just to be my name, Asia Lachelle. Nothing, okay? So there's nobody has trademarked my name. You would do the same thing for whatever you want your business to be. Okay, go in here and you look to see if your business name is trademarked, because what you don't want to do is start to build a brand around a business that's already trademarked. That's what you don't want to do. So you do want to check to make sure that your business name is not already trademarked. Okay, and then once you check to see that you're free and clear, there's no trademark in here. Okay, good, you're good to go, and then you can move forward on building your brand. Okay, so you don't need to do that first, but just once you do get started, you start making some money. That's where you take the money that you're making from your business and you reinvest that money into your business, and then you go ahead and pay for your trademark. Okay, so you don't have to trademark first. Simply check to make sure that your business name is not already trademarked and being used. Okay, so that's trademarking. Don't let that stop you. Next, people think you need to form an LLC to get started. This is also another myth. It is also not true. It is also not necessary. If you are the only person who is starting up your business, you can do what's called a sole proprietorship. Or you can even do a partnership if it's like you and another person. But I'm going to talk about the sole proprietorship right now because that's what most people are. You are the only person that's running your business. You're not forming it with anybody else. You can simply do a sole proprietorship. So let's talk about what a sole proprietorship is. So let's look at the definition from Entrepreneur.gov. A sole proprietorship is the simplest business form under which one can operate a business. The sole proprietorship is not a legal entity. It simply refers to a person who owns the business and is personally responsible for its debt. That's it. That's it. That's all. So it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It's just you running your business. That's it. So what you do when you are a sole proprietor is you normally file what's called a DBA or FBN. Okay, let's talk about that. And I'm going to link this article because I'm not going to read through the whole thing. I'm just going to read this top part. So what is a DBA, or doing business as filing? Doing business as forms, or DBAs, are official business filings that provide notice to the public of the true owner of the business in case the identity would not otherwise be known from the name of the business itself. DBAs are sometimes called fictitious business names, assumed business names, or trade names. To help notify the public, many jurisdictions require that the FBN or DBA be published in the legal notices section of a newspaper, meeting specific requirements over a specified time amount of time. So what that basically means is, so let's say if my name is Asia Lachelle, and I form a business as called Asia Lachelle's Boutique, I probably won't have to do a DBA because my name is also my business's name. It's clear through the business name who is running this business. But let's say I'm Asia Lachelle doing business as Lovelish Plus Size Boutique, which I was back in 2013. When I did that, if I just put Lovelish Plus Size Boutique, nobody would be able to know that it was me running this business. That's where filing a DBA comes in, because it notifies the public that, hey, Asia Lachelle is actually the person running this business. We can't have businesses out here where people don't know who's behind them. You always have to disclose who is running a business, who's behind the brand, right? Because if something goes wrong, people need to know who to go after, right? For a legal purpose. Now, in some states, you simply just have to file the DBA with the state or the city or the county, and that's all you have to do. But in other places, they require that you actually go to a publication like your newspaper and you file a notice, and you have to run this notice or pay to run this little notice, this ad inside of the newspaper. I don't know, it might have to be for a month or 6 months or whatever the case may be, but you have to run that little notice so that the public is aware that you are doing business as this particular business. Okay, and DBAs and these notices are pretty inexpensive. I've never seen a DBA be more than $50, but hey, every single state and county is absolutely different. You have to check into it. But what I can say, a DBA filing is way less expensive than filing for your LLC. LLC is going to be hundreds of dollars. Okay, I know I personally spent like $700 and something to form my LLC because I paid for some other stuff to come along with it, and I filed through LegalZoom.com. So yeah, it could cost a little more depending on where you're at, what state, and all that kind of stuff. So doing a DBA is probably going to be under $100 versus paying hundreds of dollars for an LLC. And so what I would say to do is run your business as your DBA, and it's okay to keep it as a DBA. You might not never even want to change from being a sole proprietor. That's totally on you. The reason why people form LLCs is for protection. Basically, like if your business gets sued, they can't come after your personal property. They can't come after your home, your car, the money in your bank account and stuff like that. They would have to go after the business assets, and they wouldn't go after your personal assets. Versus when you do a DBA, there's no, or you're doing a sole proprietorship, there's no difference between you and the business. So if somebody decides to sue your business, they're essentially suing you, and your personal properties and everything like that are up for grabs. So that's the difference between the two. But again, speak to a lawyer, get counseling on what you should do, but just know that you could totally start your business off as a sole proprietorship, file a DBA, and be completely compliant. And then again, later on, once you start making money, invest in your business. Take that $400 or $500 that you're going to need to form your LLC and spend it in that area once you actually get some traction for your business. So that's that. So you don't need to form an LLC. You don't need a lot of money to get started. You don't need a lot of money to get started. And the next one is you don't need a large selection of styles to choose from. The reason why I'm showing you the two is because I'm going to talk about them collectively, because they kind of intermingle, and they play and bounce off of one another. So you don't need a lot of money to get started because you can literally, there are plenty of stores online that have a single product, and they are literally a single product store. There's plenty of examples of this. There's stores that only sell one t-shirt that has one saying on there, and they start off with that. That's it. There are stores that only sell one watch, one necklace, one pair of earrings. Like, that's all they sell. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. They start off with one product. They found one product that is a winning product that does well, and they market the heck out of that product. And guess what? They don't send the customers to the home page. They send them to the product page. If you've ever been on Instagram or on Facebook and you click on an ad for a product, a lot of times they're not sending you to the home page of their website. They're sending you directly to the page that you need to go to look at the product and add it to your cart so you can buy. And what do? You don't say, oh, well, here I'm now at the product page. Well, let me go and click on their home page. No, you see the product that you like, and you're like, yep, I like this product. I'm going to add this to cart, and I'm going to go check out. That's the process. So you can literally just drive people to the product that you want them to purchase. So if you ran an ad, for example, and let's say you have a pair of shoes that you're promoting and you want to sell, you run an ad showing those shoes, and then you point the ad to the product page for the shoes, and that's it. People will never even know how big or small your store is or how much inventory you actually have, because you're only pointing them to one product. You're not pointing them to multiple different products. You're pointing them to that one product. You ran an ad for that product, and you're sending people to your store for that product, right? So that's how you can run a store with literally, you don't need a bunch of money, and you don't need to buy a bunch of inventory. So you can literally go into a wholesale mall and say, look, I really like this particular dress, and I think this dress is going to be a big seller for me. So I'm going to buy this dress. I'm going to maybe buy a couple packs of this dress, and I'm going to run an ad to my store for this particular item, and I'm going to send people to that sales page, and that's it. Now, once I make a few sales, you can re-up and buy another pack and add that to your store and drive people to the specific products that you want them to go to. So you do not drive people to your home page. Okay. When you run a boutique, you either run them directly to the page of the actual product that you want them to go to, or let's say you have a collection. So let's say you have 3 items that you want them to focus on. Maybe you're focusing on, let's say, a holiday collection, and you have 3 different dresses in that holiday collection. Okay? Send them to the collection page that shows the 3 products that you want them to purchase. And that's it. Don't send them to your homepage and then allow people to try to browse around, because then it's going to look like you have this small store. So you don't have to have a ton of selection, and you don't need a ton of money. You can easily start a boutique for a few $100s. You can buy a few packs of clothes and then run ads specifically and directly to those products that you have in stock. It's all about how you position things. So you do not need a lot of money to get started. You can even start your store on a whole pre-order process, which is a different video I'm going to do at a later date about using pre-orders to start your boutique, where it's basically you don't have the product in hand, you just have it on the store. You let people know, hey, this is a pre-order product, and once you get 1 or 2 people to actually place the order for a pre-order product, then you order it from the vendor and have them sent to you for packaging and to ship out. Okay, so that's all up to you how you want to do this process, but just know that you don't need a lot of money. You don't need a big selection. I fell victim to this when I first started back in 2013. I bought up so much inventory thinking that I needed all of this stuff, that I needed 3 and 4 pages worth of product before people would think I was a legitimate store. And I wasted a whole lot of money because a lot of those decisions I made, my audience did not gravitate to those products. They didn't like those products because they didn't fit them. They didn't have any stretch, and the way they were cut, it would show too much of their stomach. And it was a plus size boutique, so they were like, this top is cut too high and it's going to show the bottom part of my belly, or this top is cute but it has no stretch to it, so I don't know how it's going to fit me because I have big boobs, or something like that, or I have a bigger midsection, so I don't think that's going to work for me. So I wound up buying a bunch of inventory that people didn't even really want, and I had to deeply discount and stuff like that. So when you start off small, then you start to get an understanding of what your customers like. I tell people to purchase items that they love, that are very representative of their brand, instead of trying to buy a bunch of cheap items just to fill up their store. Because the thing is, a lot of the cheap items on these wholesale sites are items that people can go pick up in a store. So if they can go pick it up in a store, why are they buying it from you online? And you are probably going to be offering it for a lot higher than what they can go get it from Walmart or Forever 21 or Route 21 or whatever other website that they go to shop, or Target. So you want to get things that are unique. Like, oh, wow, I can't find this. I could not readily find this particular item anywhere else. So that's what I tell people to focus on. Focus on like your brand's image. Like, what types of items can people expect to get from you? And if they're getting like unique pieces and stuff like that that they've never seen anywhere else, then they're going to be like, oh yeah, I mess with that particular store because they got this, this, and this, and I've never seen this product anywhere. That's what you want. Okay, so that's what I would say about that. So no, you don't need a lot of money. A lot of times you can start your boutique for under $500. And you don't need a big selection. Just do like a small collection of like maybe three to 5 pieces and go from there. And then just target and run ads directly to the product page or to the collection page, so people are not going through all of these categories and looking for different things. It's perfectly normal. There's plenty of stores that they only sell like 1 product or something like that. So that's pretty much it. So that's everything. You don't need a large selection of styles to choose from. You don't need a lot of money to get started. You do not need to form your LLC first. You don't need to trademark first. And you do not need to have all these expensive photo shoots in order to get started. So hopefully you have learned something from this video. Hopefully it has helped you and has helped you get out of your own way, and you decide to go ahead and get started in your business. Now, if you have not, I have a free boutique launch guide. So if you've not heard of it before, click the link in my bio. My free boutique launch guide is there, and it will walk you through the very basic steps of getting your boutique started. And then number 2, if you are in need of vendors, you need US-based vendors that are reliable. I have it's the ultimate fashion vendor guide. So if you're wanting to start like a clothing boutique, you're wanting to do shoes, you want to do handbags, accessories, and jewelry and stuff like that, then right below that you should see a link for the Ultimate Fashion Vendor Guide. I know I'm running a promotion on it. They're all US based vendors. They're all like typically in and around the Los Angeles area. And so they're going to be higher quality clothes. They're going to be vendors that you can trust, vendors that are going to have reviews, vendors that I have used personally. They are not on that list, and they're not on there if they are not reputable. So if you're interested in that, also see the description box below. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash the like button and click on subscribe. And if you subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you get all the info when I drop it. All right, bye guys.